to find more stuff to talk about. Over there is one of the gated communities called Colonies, and El Progreso actually has a bunch of them. This is more like what I was told we're down here by the consultant who has a radio podcast that he puts out, and I listen to a lot right before I came down here. And so he would say that there are these types of things where there are gated communities where the Peach Bowl will go ahead and buy houses or rent houses within there, and that's their general security. There's one named after Germany. I don't know if Germany helped build it or what, but what we're approaching here, I wanted to get on video also for you, is what's known up north, up by you guys, as a sweatshop. They're not necessarily, you probably shouldn't, you should have a different image, what's going on in here. This is a place that people come to work. They're, as far as I know, happy to work here because it's a good job. Sure, they're going to work long hours, but it's a solid gig. And all these buses are for the people that work there. I'm forgetting what they call them down here. It starts with an M. But it's getting taken over in my head by the word mantequilla, which is for, I think, butter or margarine. It's this cream stuff that goes on baleadas. But anyway, that's your sweatshop equivalent. So probably some of your clothes are made down here, maybe even in that factory. But what do you do if you don't have that confidence that I was speaking about in the last episode? So, plan of action: go to stevepavlina.com and start reading blog posts. I mean, I don't know if he actually has any on confidence, but he has a bunch on discipline and motivation, and of course, considering he's put out thousands of blog posts, he probably has a bunch on other, well, he obviously has a bunch on other topics. But as far as confidence goes, it's one of those things that's like what he says about discipline, is that it's a muscle. So if you start taking over or start doing the little things, little obstacles in your life, you will have confidence to do bigger ones. And so you start with the small stuff. It could be really, really small. So we're talking about, and this goes along with discipline, but confidence comes with the results of discipline. So if you have the discipline to go through and do something, then you will have more confidence that you can do that and bigger things. So they're related. But all right, so I'll use women as an example. All right, in the pickup arts, I never got to any sort of level where I would call myself a pickup artist, but they definitely helped me because I was horrible with women back in the day. I just didn't have that sort of upbringing, and so there's a rule called the 3-second rule. So this is not like the 5-second rule where if something falls on the ground, you have 5 seconds to pick it up and eat it. No, it's a 3-second rule is if you see a girl who you find attractive, you have 3 seconds to go say something, go approach her, unless it's just a wrong situation. But what happens is if you wait longer than those 3 seconds, and of course it's not 3.1 seconds in, you've blown it. These are just guidelines. But in those 3 seconds, you're not thinking about it. It's just the decision. You haven't gotten to the point where you will rationalize yourself out of doing something. And so, to relate this back to the overall concept here, when I decided I'm going to book it for Costa Rica and take care of this and then come back, that decision wasn't rationalizing all the stuff that could go wrong. And this is a weakness and a strength of mine. There are many times when I probably should listen to more people in my life. You know, my parents, my brothers, my friends. My friends, I think by now sort of know what how to approach me, and don't tell me not to do something. Just explain to me what might go wrong and let me help show me what could go wrong and how to prepare for that. Don't tell me not to do something. And if in showing me all the things I have to go through in order to get it done, I realize I don't want to do it anymore. This is what happened with the boat thing back when I used to want to sail down here. Just because that was not the end goal, to sail. No, the end goal was to get down here and get down here with my dogs and not have all these hassles I was having with the airlines. So once I saw what sort of issue I was going to go through in order to sail, and all I had to, you know, not only just buy the boat and sell the car, and I had to learn how to sail, and it was just going to take too much time to do that. So the way my father approached this perfectly is not saying, and he did this too, but they're learning, not just saying don't do it, but saying look at all that you're going to have to go through in order to do it. I think this is what he said after he realized that just saying don't do it wasn't going to work. And then I'm a rational person, and you know, once I realized there was going to be more than I wanted, then I didn't do it. I found another way to do it, which was driving. So yeah, and really it's back to confidence and the pickup arts and all the other fun stuff. You don't have all this time, because a lot of our weakness and our strength can be from overthinking stuff. I am Mr. Paralysis by analysis. That's probably why I didn't become a professional trumpet player. It's probably why I don't have my PhD. Things like that. I'm Mr. Paralysis by analysis. And I'm not to say I'm not happy with where I ended up. I'm extremely happy with where I've ended up. And I'm also talking really fast, so I'm trying to slow that down. But yeah, I mean, for your confidence to build it up, start being a little more impulsive. You know, you've got this thing. Bear with me. My no hesitation. It doesn't mean just do, but it does mean once you know what's right, to go through with it, to do it, to not rationalize yourself out of it. We have this way of being human, and once we delay, our mind takes over. So don't make it an option. Once you know what the right thing is, you go ahead and you do it. Don't let your brain talk you out of it with, oh, this might happen, or oh, this might happen, or that might happen. And once that discipline is there, your confidence will grow. And that's when you don't want to rationalize yourself out of it. You don't have to wait those 3 seconds or go within those 3 seconds to go talk to a girl, because all of a sudden you have that confidence that you know once you approach her, that's fine. You're not going to talk yourself out of it in more than 3 seconds because you've had enough success. Or in these cases, I know that I've overcome all these obstacles on this journey, tons of them. I hate tooting my own horn. Alright, I'll stop. But now that those are overcome, you know, this is just, sorry, I'm trying to explain to you what you guys can do. That because of that experience, all of a sudden I know I can take out whatever's coming at me next, whether it be Mr. Immigration, you know, giving me a hard time for whatever reason, now that I have my 90 days again, which you probably will do, but I'll be in there with a lawyer. Or the fact that I'm really, really low on money, and Fountain Fit isn't you know, producing money yet. I mean, it brings in money, but it's about equal to what I'm paying out. And I've got all this credit card debt, well, some credit card debt. So yeah, there are plenty of obstacles ahead, but I'm confident that I can take care of it. And so now it's up to me to actually do that, and you can do the same. So, all right, that was a nice long rambling one, but maybe I'll give you a more specific one to initiating your confidence levels at another time. 10 minutes, if you're still listening, that'd be great. Have a good one, guys.